Hey, this is Jordan. I just wanted to do some NFL spread predictions for the upcoming week. So, for week 16 of the NFL, there are multiple games on Saturday, no Thursday game, and then the rest are on Sunday. So, um, and there is the Monday game. I'm sorry, Green Bay versus Minnesota is Monday. But anyways, I want to start out with the first, three Saturday games: L.A. Rams versus San Francisco. Now, this game opened up as a pick'em, which is insane, um, because clearly you'd think the San Francisco 49ers would be favored at home, and they're the better team. So in my last video, I saw it was a pick'em. I posted in the last video, I said take San Francisco as a pick'em right now. But at this point, the line that most people are going to be betting on is -6.5. So it jumped from a pick'em to -6.5. I actually really like the Rams at +6.5. I think that's too big. I thought it would have gone from a pick'em to like -3, but I think -6.5 is too large of a spread. I think that Vegas made a mistake by opening it up as a pick'em, but um, I think if you take San Francisco now at -6.5, I don't really like that. So I would take the LA Rams +6.5. I also like the over 45. I heard some people say take the under. Um, I listen to a lot of different shows and stuff, but I usually go against them. Actually, I usually don't listen to them. I just want to hear what other people have to say. But a lot of people, who do sportscasting, were saying take the under. I absolutely disagree. I think the over is the play here. I think both offenses have been putting up a lot of points. Both defenses should be good, but they're not really doing a lot. So yeah, I'm solely basing this off the fact that these defenses have been giving up a lot of points, and the offenses have been putting up points. So I like the over 45 and the Rams +6.5. So, Buffalo versus New England. This is an interesting game because New England opened up at 7, and I liked Buffalo at +7. Now it's dropped down to only 6.5. Not a big difference. I would still take Buffalo at +6.5 though. I like that. I like that they can keep it close. So, I am looking at Buffalo +6.5, and then the over under right now is at 37. So that's probably because both these teams are defensive heavy teams. I definitely understand why the over under is so low. It's hard for me to pick either side because I want to take over 37 because it's such a low number, but at the same time, I don't I don't like the idea of taking an over when these two offenses have been really awful. I mean, I do not like the way these offenses have been playing. And the defenses have been playing really good all season long. So, uh, what the heck? Okay. Anyways, so I'm gonna take over 37, but I don't like it that much. I'm only gonna take over 37 because it's a ridiculously low number. And I definitely think we might see some points in this game. I mean, yeah, I have to take over 37, even though I'm not too confident with that. Um, this next one, Houston versus Tampa Bay. I'm gonna have to take Houston -3. I think that they're playing for the playoffs right now. Tampa Bay's out of the playoffs. I think they're gonna try and win this game. They're at home. I don't like tanking Tampa Bay over Houston. I'm gonna take Houston -3, and I'm gonna do I also heard people saying take what is it, over or under, take under 50. That's what the over under is right now. I'm gonna go against that. I'm gonna do another over. All three have been over so far. I'm doing over 50 points. Um, I just I don't know. I mean, these defenses have not been very good. There's two good offenses. I like over in this game. I like this to be a high scoring game. I wouldn't predict this being a low scoring game. I think it's gonna be a higher scoring game. So over 50. Detroit versus Denver. This is the one I'm gonna have to take under. Yeah, these are two young quarterbacks. I like them, but I'm gonna have to take under 38 and a half. I just can't in good faith take over. I'm gonna take under 38 and a half for Denver Detroit, and I'm gonna take Detroit plus 7. I can't believe that this one opened up at a pick 'em. People immediately jumped on Denver. But now it's all the way to 7. So that's a big jump from a pick 'em to a -7. So I like Detroit plus 7. They could definitely win this game. If you want to take Detroit as a money line, I bet they have a great money line. But yeah, I'm gonna take Detroit plus 7. I actually think that's one of the best bets of the week, even though that's a hard game to predict. I like that. I think the Broncos, they're at home, but they're not that much better than the Lions. So I really like Detroit plus 7. Oakland versus the LA Chargers. I'm gonna take Oakland plus 7, and Oakland's been really burning me, but I just think this is too large of a spread. Um, yeah, I just don't like this spread. That's just yeah. So I'm gonna take Oakland plus 7. That makes sense to me. Yeah, the Chargers haven't been a very good team, and yeah. So anyways, here's another one. So these games are kind of strange because it's like I know, like I have a good feeling for this next one, Atlanta versus Jacksonville. I feel like Atlanta's gonna win this game. But the idea of taking Atlanta -7 against anybody is tough because it's like that's a pretty decent sized spread for a bad team. I know they're playing a lot better, but I do not like that number. Jacksonville just beat the Oakland Raiders. I think that was a really impressive win. Most people didn't see that coming. I am gonna have to jump on Jacksonville at plus 7. That is a interesting That's kind of interesting to me. Yeah, it opened up at 7. It stayed at 7, so they picked the right number. But I just, I just can't, in good faith, take Jacksonville. They have to win by 8. Stupid. So or Atlanta would have to win by 8. Because Atlanta, I know they're hot right now, but they have been a horrible team all season, and in Jacksonville's been so weird, and it's hard to judge them. I have not taken Jacksonville in a while, and it's really been good, except for last week when they beat the Raiders. But other than that, I haven't been taking Jacksonville, and it's worked out well for me. But I'm gonna go Jacksonville at plus 7. New Orleans versus Tennessee. Uh, I'm actually gonna take New Orleans -2.5. I mean, I know Tennessee wants to win this game, but like I think well, I knew so New Orleans just added Janoris Jenkins, and he didn't play for last game, even though he was signed before they played last game. Obviously, it was just like a day before or something, but I think that he's going to be playing, and he's going to add a lot to this team. I mean, Janoris Jenkins on the New Orleans Saints is going to be a big boost for their defense. So I like New Orleans -2.5. I know Tennessee wants to win this game. I'm sure they want to win this game. Like they've been looking towards this game. They really, it's tough. It's tough. But I mean, and they just lost to the Houston Texans. But that was strange because I thought that they would beat the Texans. I didn't see the Texans winning that game. Um, but yeah, so I'm gonna take New Orleans -2.5. Yeah, so I like that one. I like Tennessee. Oh, and you know what? I didn't do any over unders for the last three. So I'm gonna take under 45 for Oakland versus the LA Chargers. I do not like the way these offenses have been playing. I do not like these offenses. I'm gonna take under 45. Jacksonville versus Atlanta. Um, it's hard for me to take under because the defenses are horrible. I mean, they're really horrible defenses. So I'm gonna take over 46 and a half, even though I'm not very confident in that. I just don't like the defenses. I don't trust the defenses. So I'm going to take over 46 and a half. We'll see how that goes. But Matt Ryan can put up points, and I've seen Gardner Minshew put up points. So yeah, that's not too bad. New Orleans versus Tennessee. 50 and a half. That's a tough one. I don't know. I don't know. That's one I got to think about. Yeah, so I'm actually going to have to take under 50 and a half. I can see this game being high scoring. I just don't like this number. I think it's too high. And I like the way the defense have been playing. I like the way the Saints defense played against the Colts. And I think the Titans, uh, they actually haven't, I was looking at, and they really haven't let people go above like scoring like more than 25 points in a while. I don't. I feel like they could definitely keep this a lower scoring game. I just think 50 and a half is a pretty high number. And I think in Janoris Jenkins, I'm almost positive is going to play this week for the Saints. So, like I said, that'll boost their defense. So, yeah, that makes sense to me. So, yeah, under 50 and a half. The New York Giants versus the Washington Redskins. Well, first of all, I'm going to take over 42. I just hate these defenses. I think these defenses are atrocious. Um, yeah, I mean, I really like the idea of taking the over for this. Um, I'm gonna take the Giants +2. Uh, I don't like either side that much. I'm just gonna take the underdog and take the points. So I'm gonna take the Giants at +2. Um, Pittsburgh versus the New York Jets. It would be easy to take the under for this game. I think I'm gonna have to take the under, and I'm gonna have to take the Jets +3. Ugh. I don't really like either of these, but I'm gonna take under, and I'm gonna take the Jets +3. Yeah, that's a tough one though, because 37 is a low number. That is a pretty low number to take the under for, but Pittsburgh has a really good defense, and the quarterback's been throwing a lot of interceptions. I don't know. And then the Jets, their offense is not impressing me at all. Le'Veon Bell hasn't done very much. I just don't. mm. I think I'm gonna take under, and I'm gonna take the Jets +3. We'll see. We'll see who wins this game. Pittsburgh, they should win this game. I understand why they're favored by 3, but yeah, I'm gonna take Jets +3 in under 37. Miami versus Cincinnati. So this opened up at -3 for Miami. Now it's a pick 'em. I actually really like Miami at home as a pick 'em. I think Fitzpatrick is going to go off. He'll not have like the best game ever. I just think he's going to have a solid game, and I think he's going to. This could be one of the last games of his career. So well, Andy Dalton too. I don't know. It's strange. It's a tough one, but I understand why people took Cincinnati at +3. I kind of like that. But right here, now that it's moved to a pick 'em, I'm gonna take Miami at home. That's a horrible game though. I mean, Bengals versus Dolphins. Come on, those are the worst teams in the NFL. There's some really bad games, like the Giants versus Washington is another one. But anyways, um, let me see. So I like and then for the over under, I don't know. These defenses are really bad. I might have to take over 46 and a half just because the defenses are horrible. I just I mean, yeah. That's another tough one, but I think I have to take over 46 and a half. I don't know who's betting on this game though. I understand Cincinnati +3, but now that seems to pick 'em and the over under is pretty high. I don't really like any of these, but yeah, Miami as a pick 'em and over 46 and a half. Carolina versus Indianapolis. I'm gonna take in. No, that's too big of a spread. I have to take Carolina +7. That's too big of a spread in my opinion. Um, I don't think the Colts are that much better. I'm gonna take Carolina at +7, and oof, I'm gonna take
under 46.5. I just don't like these offenses. I'm not that impressed with these offenses. I'm going to take under 46.5 for Carolina versus Indianapolis. Um, Cleveland versus Baltimore. I'm going to take Cleveland plus 10. I think Baltimore will win by a touchdown. They opened up as a 7-point favorite, so that makes sense. But now they're at 10. I like Cleveland plus 10. Um, and then the over under. I guess I'm going to have to take the over. I think this should be a high scoring game. I just the over under is pretty high at 49, but this should be a high scoring game. Baltimore's got a great offense. Cleveland, they're missing Odell Beckham, but they're also missing guys on defense like Myles Garrett. Um, it's hard for me, but plus 10 is a huge spread, so I don't mind taking them at plus 10. But I really, I guess I have to take over 49. This should be a high scoring game, so over 49. Dallas versus Philly. Okay, there's only a couple games left. Dallas versus Philly. I'm taking Dallas minus 1.5. I think they're the better team. The Eagles have a lot of injuries. Cowboys much more healthy team. The Philadelphia Eagles do want revenge. They lost earlier in the season. These teams are rivals. Philadelphia's at home. I understand why someone would take Philadelphia. I'm gonna take Dallas at minus 1.5. I think they are the better team. So it's a tough one. Though. I don't like that. I don't like that. That's gonna be a good game, but I really don't know who's gonna win. But I'm gonna take Dallas minus 1.5. And then the over under. I don't know, man. I don't really like. I'll take over 46 now. No, it's just 46 right now. Over 46. I don't like it that much, but yeah, I'm gonna take over 46. I don't like the defenses. Um, yeah, that's a tough one though, because that could be a low scoring game. Um, let me think about that. Yeah, I thought about it, and I think the best side is the over 46. Solely because the Eagles put up a lot of points last week, and so did the Cowboys. Both offenses were clicking, so I think I have to take over. Yeah, just because both teams put up so many points last week. So over 46. Arizona versus Seattle. I am gonna take. I really actually like Arizona plus 9.5. That's one of my favorite bets of the week. Actually, Arizona plus 9.5. Um, and the over under. I don't know. Well, Seattle just lost Josh Gordon to suspension. Um, Arizona did put up a lot of points on the Browns, but the Browns' defense isn't very good. I'm actually going to take under 50.5. It's at 50.5. So I'm going to take under. Actually, yeah, that I like that one just because. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I like the under there. I think that's a good play. So under 50.5 and Arizona plus 9.5. Kansas City versus Chicago. I love Kansas City minus 6. I think that's one of my favorite bets of the week. I really like Kansas City minus 6. It opened up at minus 4. That would have been nice. But still, minus 6 isn't that big of a spread difference. So yeah, so I really like Kansas City minus 6. And I'm not sure about the over under. The over under is at 44. Um, I'll take over 44 because that's a pretty low over under. Kansas City's defense hasn't been good. Chicago has had some high scoring games lately. I like the over. I don't love it, but I like over 44. So I'm gonna take over 44 and Kansas City minus 6. And the last one. This is another bet I really like. A lot of people are taking Minnesota minus 5.5. I'm taking Green Bay plus 5.5. I don't know. I understand Minnesota is another revenge game. They're at home. They lost to this team earlier in the season. They want revenge. I understand why people are picking Minnesota. I just think the spread is way too big. I thought it would be like a 3-point spread. When it gets to 5.5, I think I have to take Aaron Rodgers. He's gonna keep it close. There's no way they're gonna get blown out. So I think Minnesota wins this by field goal, and I'm going to take Green Bay plus 5.5. And I also am gonna take I'm gonna take over 46. I'm just gonna take over 46. Not really putting a lot of thought into it, honestly. I don't like the way the defenses have been playing. I like Minnesota's defense, but it hasn't been that good as it should have been. But it's still pretty solid. And then Green Bay's defense, it's up and down. It's kind of up and down. But I like Kirk Cousins and I like Aaron Rodgers. I'm gonna have to take over 46, but I'm not as confident as that one as I'm in Green Bay plus 5.5. I really like Green Bay plus 5.5. So yeah, over 46 and Green Bay plus 5.5.